Hello, hello. Welcome to another week of Sacred Stillness. I've created these meditations for anyone who wants to join, who needs a moment of stillness, who needs a moment of quietness or a moment for themselves. Sometimes we're so busy with what is happening around us, in our families, in our work, in our friends, society, the world, that we don't take a moment to just be with ourselves. So I've programmed these meditations every week, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to kind of put something in the calendar to force us to take a break and be with ourselves. I am Pooja Metani. I'm the owner of Akasha Codes, which is an organization I've created to help others. I'm a psychic medium, I'm a Reiki healer, energy healer, Akashic Records reader and guide. I have a life coach. I have a lot of titles. I was a computer engineer for 20 years in corporate. I have a lot of titles, but what I like to call myself is soul activator. So my purpose in anything I do in life, interaction socially, also one-on-one sessions or group sessions, is to activate something in your soul, ignite some spark in your soul that makes you live a better life, that makes you live a more joyful life, more peaceful life. So these meditations are specifically for peace, for calmness, for clarity, hoping that you get the answers that you need. I channel messages, so these meditations are always guided. Sometimes I know a bit what they want to talk about or what journey they want to take us in, but most of the time is channel. So all I ask from you is to have an open mind, to receive what you're ready to receive. Sometimes is clarity, messages, sometimes is healing, sometimes it's just peace. My goal is that when you leave from this meditation, either if you're doing it live or remotely, is that you feel better, you feel lighter, you feel more at peace. I do one-on-one sessions. I do group sessions in Common Street Spiritual Center, also in Blue Lotus Healing Arts, and I also do online events. So now that we've gone through all of this, let me start. So all I want you to do is to sit comfortably wherever you can sit comfortably. If you feel like you prefer to lie down, you can do so too. Just be comfortable. The healing, the meditation will be around 40 to 45 minutes, sometimes a little more if they have a lot of messages, sometimes a little less, depending on what they need us to do. So just sit comfortably. And after the meditation, you might feel a bit tired or zone out. Just take some water, drink some water, take some moments for you to come back to this world. When I do these meditations, I create a safe space. I call my divine team. And my divine team is all those who I believe in. Everyone has a divine team. You can call it divine team, you can call it team of light, spirit team. And there are all those energies that we believe in, those energies that are here to support us, to guide us, to heal us also. And those might be deities, God, goddesses, you can put a name, or might be more open, like my loved ones on the other side, the universe, however it resonates for you. There's no right or wrong way. So if I say something that doesn't resonate to you, just let it slide. Maybe it's for someone else. When we do these group meditations, it brings messages for everyone. So some messages will resonate with you and some won't. So whatever doesn't resonate with you, just let it slide. Just take what resonates with you. If you fall asleep, you zone out, it's okay. It only means that maybe consciously you didn't need to hear that part. You needed to hear it unconsciously. So just don't worry, you will receive exactly what you're ready to receive. Some people do these meditations multiple times when they get the recordings. I will upload it to YouTube, so it will be there. And the more they do it, the more clarity they get or more guidance they get. So be open to receive whatever you're ready to receive today. So close your eyes. And I want you to take few deep breaths at your own rhythm. Coming to the present time, leaving behind anything that no longer serves you, that anything you were doing before the call or yesterday, leaving aside anything you are doing after the call, just to be fully present so we can receive the most of this session. And just breathe in and out, again at your own rhythm. And as you do that, feel like you're sinking in a bit deeper in the chair or the sofa or the bed, wherever you are sitting. Even if it's the floor, feel like your body is getting heavier and you're sinking a little bit more and more. And now I want you to feel like from the bottom of your feet, you have roots coming out. And you can imagine the center of your feet, the bottom of your feet, the center, like a circle of light. This is a chakra, and roots are coming out from it and passing through the floor where you are, passing through all the layers of the building where you are, and connecting to Mother Earth, and then going deeper and deeper and deeper until it reaches the center of Mother Earth. The center of Mother Earth is a ball of fire. This is the nucleus of Mother Earth. And we are going to hook our roots into this ball of fire, creating a channel from our root chakra, from our feet to the center of the earth. What these roots will do is keep us stable and grounded, not only during this session, but also beyond that. So when you go back to the real life, it doesn't feel like, boom, real life is hard and the meditation was so good. It just feels that you keep that peace, the clarity, anything that you receive today, you keep on taking it with you as you go along your day. We are asking permission from Mother Earth to take away, kind of like a magnet, take away anything from our body, our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, energetic body, or spiritual body. All these bodies are connected to take anything away that no longer serves us. When I say no longer serves us, it doesn't mean that it's bad. What it means is that you no longer need to carry it. If I tell you to carry a glass of water for a minute and put it by your ear, you will be able to carry it. If I ask you to do it for 5 minutes, it starts feeling heavy. If I tell you to carry it for an hour, it's painful. Your arm will freeze, it will lock down. And it doesn't mean that the glass of water is bad. It's just that we carry it for too long. Our body was not used to carry it for too long. So same way, sometimes thoughts, words from others, our own words, emotions, physical pain, we carry it for too long, and then it kind of locks our body, either our physical, mental, spiritual, energetic, or mental body, or emotional body. So we are going to give permission to Mother Earth to absorb, to pull as a magnet everything that we are ready to release. Some of the things you will be conscious of what you're releasing. You're like, oh, this thought, someone told me this. I want to give it away. Some of the things you'll be conscious, some things you won't be aware. Maybe in a week, you'll be like, I haven't thought about this. Oh, I haven't had this feeling, or I haven't had this emotion. So then is when you can feel that you pulled it, you released it. And I'm calling you divine team, each of your divine teams. I call them before the call. I call the divine team of anyone who's going to show up live or anyone who's going to show up in the recording. And I call upon them so they keep this space safe and they give you exactly what you need. And only beings of higher energy, of higher vibration, only beings that have your best intentions can be here. And we are going to now focus on our crown chakra. Our crown chakra is on top of our head, like an inch above our head, in the center of the head where your crown would be. And I want you to feel like it's opening up, and you can feel it like a flower blooming, like the lens of a camera opening up, or just a point of light growing up. And it's in the center of your head and the top of your head. And this crown chakra is the chakra that connects us with the unknown, right? The higher consciousness, the divine, however you want to call it, whoever you believe in. And we're going to ask these higher beings, the universe, God, Goddess, divine, whoever you want to call upon, to bring us clarity, to bring us love, to bring us knowledge, wisdom, so we are aware of how to take the next steps. So we are aware what is the best way for us to move forward. What is the best for us to take the next step? How should we show up in life? How should we work in life? And I want you to imagine that from the universe, a beam of light is coming from the universe to your crown chakra, and then entering your body and flooding your body like a shower, internal shower of light, going through every cell, flooding every cell with light. And this is higher conscious, divine wisdom, knowledge, clarity, love, healing. And they're going to flood all your body. If there's any part of your body that feels highlighted or they have a harder time to flood, they're working a bit more. Pay attention to that part. It could be physically, it could be energetic or mental. Well, see it flooding every part of your body, from the forehead down to your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your mouth, your throat, your shoulders, down to your arms, your elbows, your wrists, out through your hands, coming back to your shoulders, your chest, flooding every organ of your body. Pay attention to anything that they highlight, maybe something that you need to be aware of, something that maybe every organ represents something. And it doesn't have to be physical pain or physical issues, it could be energetic also. So just pay attention to it. Then let it flood your hips, your legs, your thighs, your knees, your calf, your shin, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Flooding everything. And some of that energy goes down through the roots that we have in the bottom of our feet to Mother Earth. So we are flooding from the universe, flooding energy down to Mother Earth. It's kind of creating heaven on earth. And some of the energy will swirl around your body. You might feel chills, you might feel heat or cold, or you might not feel anything, but know that your body is being flooded with this energy. Just observe it. Take a moment to observe how your body shines with this light. The energy coming through your heart. It's showing me swirling in your heart. It's kind of healing those parts of you that have been hurt, right? We carry most of our emotions, we carry them in our heart. It's the first point of entry, kind of. And that's sending some extra energy, healing some of the scars, some of the tears that your heart has because of the hard times you've had in your life, of not being understood, maybe, not being appreciated, not being nurtured, not being considered. Some of the pain is like just not being considered. How, like you maybe consider other people's feelings, and someone maybe didn't consider you. They just drop a bomb or drop whatever they wanted to say without considering your feelings. So the energy is swirling in your heart and it's starting to go faster and faster, kind of like a washing machine. It's going faster, like to spin it and to drain those energies that you don't need to carry. Pain hurts from the past. There are lessons, of course, we're not going to forget them, because if we forget them, we will repeat the patterns, we will repeat the mistakes. So we are not going to forget them, we're just going to heal them and no longer carry them. Remember the glass of water? We don't need to carry it for longer than we should. So let this energy swirl and spin and drain. And it's kind of like a washing machine draining that dirty water. Same thing, is draining all the dirty, not dirty, dirty is a word that came from me. The saying all that energy that doesn't belong, that you don't need to carry any longer, that you don't deserve to carry any longer. And it might be associated with words, it might be associated with people, you might see them. Just let it go. Let Mother Earth do its job. Just take a few deep breaths as that's happening. And now they're going to the solar plexus. The solar plexus is between our chest and our navel, and the solar plexus is the chakra of identity, who you are, how you show up in the world, what actions you take, what attitude you have, what vibration you carry. And sometimes we are not aware of what we are carrying, or how we are, what actions we are taking, or what words we are saying, or what vibration. Sometimes we are not aware of that. But they want you to be a bit more conscious moving forward of the words you speak, the tone you speak them with, how you show up for others, how you show up for yourself too. We don't have to forget ourselves either. We fill our cup so we can pour for others from our overflow. If we don't pour water on us, we don't fill up our cup, we will drain out, we will dry up. We won't have anything to give others. So it's not selfish. And some people might have told you that it's selfish to to consider yourself, to nurture yourself, to put yourself first. It's not selfish. It is not selfish. It's needed. It's self-care. Though self-care is a word that many people now use very uh, as an excuse or as an explanation for purchasing, for going to places. Self-care just is taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself with people that lift you up, that make you feel better, spending more and more time with them, even if they're strangers, like maybe watching the videos, maybe watching, um, reading the books, people that bring something to the world that makes you feel better. It could be surrounding yourself in groups that talk about things that you like and not things that drain you. Might be watching a show that makes you laugh, that makes you feel lighter. Maybe that bring memories of your childhood or other young adulthood that made you feel free and worry less. Maybe it's just sleeping a bit more or resting when your body asks you to do. Maybe it's working out. Maybe that feels good for you, makes you feel more energetic and stronger. Maybe it's drinking something that fills your body, that feels good to your body. Maybe the days that are cold, maybe it's a tea, maybe it's a smoothie. It can be anything, and it doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's wrapping yourself with a blanket, cozy blanket. It's what makes you feel good. When we feel good, we show up with a different vibration in the world. We listen with a different vibration. When we are sad, anxious, depressed, anything that happens around us, we might take it personal because our vibration is so low. But when you feel good, when your vibration is higher, then you are showing up in the world differently. You're listening, you are perceiving the world a bit different, right? That's why many people say, like, if you want to have a good day, tell yourself, I'm so lucky. Things are going to happen in such a good way today. So happy, right? Like I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And what they're saying is like when we do that, we're attracting more of goodness, right? When we do good deeds, some people say it's karma, but when we do good deeds, sometimes good deeds happen to us, or maybe we have more opportunity to do more good deeds and make us feel even better. The universe is kind of a reaction to our actions. So the solar plexus is our identity, is focusing on how we want to show up in the world, how we want to be known in the world when people meet us, how we want to be remembered. And you can think even deeper, what do you want your legacy to be? How do you want people to remember you when you're not here? Take a deep breath in and out. We're going to anchor that to know that how we show up in the world will be reflected on how we receive the world, how we perceive the world, how we get from other people. Anchoring that. So whenever we want to speak a word, whenever we want to take an action, we just have a moment of like how I'm showing up. Is this the way I want to show up? And moments will happen. Maybe someone will upset you, and our first reaction will be like to be angry or to go low vibration. And take a moment, take a breather, and say, is this how I want to show up? Maybe I just ignore it. Let them be, right? Like maybe ignoring them, they will get the hint that I don't want anything to do with their energy. Also will take you out from, if you're feeling sometimes like the world is against you, or you're the victim, or you take personal, like people are doing things to you. Focusing on how you act will change that, will change how people react to you. There are some people in your life that saying, like, even in your physical world, energetic world, or even like through media, through social media, or through YouTube, or to anything, or to your emails, that kind of light up something in you, make you feel better. Focus on them. Now we are going to go to our root chakra. So the root chakra is below the tailbone, a bit forward for the women. And the root chakra is the chakra of safety, of security, of stability, of grounding. Grounding is also another word that everyone says, you should ground, you should ground. But what does it mean? What it means is to be stable, no matter what's happening around you. But not stable, stoic, that you don't move. If they're showing me, like, when there's an earthquake, if the buildings, how, depending on how they're built, some buildings during an earthquake stay in one position, they don't move, and then they crack because they're going against the movement of the earth, the plates. And some buildings, especially in peoples that are more propense to, in places where are more propense to earthquakes, they make them so they're kind of a bit flexible. I remember in my childhood there was an earthquake, and we lived in a building, 24-story building, and we don't know, but other people who were looking outside the windows, they said that the building was shaking, like the top felt like they were like shaking, flexible, going with earth. And what happened? It didn't crack, it didn't break, right? Because it went with the movement, stayed still, stayed strong and stable, but allowing the movement of the earth. Same thing with us. It doesn't mean that we are stoic, we have one opinion, we stay with it, um, or we become argumentative. There's a lot of arguments nowadays in the world. There's a lot of polarization. There's like either you are for something or you're against something. And so there's a lot of divide and arguments happening. And they're saying you can have your values, you can have your opinions, you can stay strong with it. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't have to change the opinion of others. Yes, sometimes like we feel like this is the right thing. We need to educate people. Yes, educate. But if the other person is not receptive, for more, much that you explain, nothing is going to happen. You stay stable, you stay strong, move with the earth, right? Like shake with the earth a bit, like what is happening. Let yourself be a bit flexible, but knowing that you're strong in your values. Values is what they want you to focus on. Instead of opinions, instead of beliefs, is values. And beliefs are now like more potent than anything, right? Like I'm in US, in US, it's a lot of beliefs, people sharing beliefs and thoughts and opinions. But they want you to, for now, right? For a moment, when you feel like the world is getting too much, focus on your values. What are your values? So your values could be truth, believing in the truth, always speaking the truth, not engaging with those who lie, right? If you know a friend of yours is always lying, it will reach a point where you won't believe them. It will reach a point where you're like, I can't even talk to them because I don't know if they're saying the truth or not, right? You disengage with them. You do not attach to them. You just kind of disengage. You detach from them. Maybe you have to be with them because maybe it's a coworker. You can't avoid them, but you can disengage and like kind of what they say, not let you affect you so much. Like, well, they lie 50% of the time or more. So I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt, do my own research, think about my beliefs, my thoughts about this project or about this opinion. But you detach. So the same thing they want you to do, right? Like focus on your values. If your value is kindness, moving with kindness, anyone who's cruel, you can try to be kind to them because sometimes people spill out the wounds, right? Like hurt people hurt is what they say. So you can try heal them or share with them the kindness to see if that heals them a bit, makes them feel better. But if not, if it doesn't work, you detach. You keep on being kind to those who are receptive of your energy, who are ready for your energy, who are open to your energy. So focus on your values. And if you don't know what your values are your pillars on how you live life, how you go through life. So think about your values. You can even Google values and see what. You can ask those around you, what are your values? To see if they match with you. If they don't have to be the same, but are they related, right? Maybe it's not kindness, it's compassion. Maybe it's unconditional love, right? It doesn't have to be the same. But start spending more time with those who have similar values to you. You will see that life feels better, lighter. And life is hard. Like life is not easy, depending on your circumstances. Life can be even more difficult than normal. So why make it even more difficult to us, right? Why create even more difficulties for us? So maybe the homework today is like look at your values, look at the pillars from your life, see what resonates with you, look at the values that those around you have. Maybe adopt them if you like them, or maybe say, okay, three of the values are similar, one value is not. So I can still interact with them. I can still have a relationship with them. If your values are completely different, that's when we create a bit of friction. And it doesn't mean that you reject them or dismiss them or belittle them. No, you just protect yourself. And again, sometimes we cannot avoid these people, right? We work, we have to hang out with whoever we have to hang out, or it's part of our family. We cannot avoid them. So protect yourself. Know, like how I was saying, if someone is always a liar, you will stop believing them and you stop reacting to their thoughts or opinions because you know half the times it's not even true. So you detach from them. You detach from what they say or how they act. Same thing if you have someone that you cannot avoid that have different values from you can protect yourself. You can detach from them. You don't react to their actions. You don't react to their words. And this is to bring peace for you, to bring a bit lightness for you. That's why like communities and like there's men's circle and women's circle, they all create to create a community with similar values. Take a deep breath in to anchor that. Now they're showing me the legs, they're illuminating the legs, especially the right knee and the ankles is what they're showing me. So the legs represent how we move forward, the steps we take moving forward. Right for me is the present and the future. Left is the past. So the knee is kind of how we are able to be flexible and move and take our steps, right? Like if we have knee pain, like we kind of like wobble a bit. So it's like making sure that you move forward, you take the steps with your values, with your core values, with the pillars from your life. And they're energizing it, they're clearing anything from the past um, or anything that we were carrying forward that no longer serves us. They're clearing all of that. You can maybe see a swirl of energy moving through your knees. They're healing any part that has felt hurt, physically, maybe, energetically, emotionally. As I was saying, the bodies are connected. So a physical pain could be a physical pain because I fell, but it could be something else. It could be an energetic reaction. And if we don't take care of it, then it shows physically, right? It represents physically. Like when we carry stress, right? Like stress is mental, it's emotional. We carry stress. Sometimes then, if we don't do anything about it, it shows up as symptoms, physical symptoms. Maybe your body is locked out. Maybe your shoulders hurt, your neck hurts because we are so stiff, we are so tensed up. Same thing with anything that happens to you. If you have any injury, you can Google it or you can ask someone you trust, like, what does this mean? What does this represent? So the knee represents our self, our ego. And ego is not bad. Ego is ourself. If we are too focused on ourselves, then is when we become egotistic. If we focus nothing on ourselves, we become a doormat. So we need to have the right balance. Sometimes the word ego, people take it in the wrong way. But as long as we have a balanced ego, we care about ourselves and we care about others is kind of balance, then it's good. So they're just balancing that. They don't want you to give in for everything, or not have an opinion or just flow like without um, against your desires, but because other people are saying. Because they're saying flowing with the wind, flowing with the with the sea is not a bad thing as long as you feel good about it. Like sometimes they say flow with life. Okay, I will trust that life is carrying me, and I will take this everything as an opportunity, as a lesson, as an open door. If I'm feeling good about it, I'll go with the flow. The people I meet maybe bring something to me. The opportunities that open up maybe are good opportunities for me. But if you're going with the flow just to not create more drama, but you don't feel good about it, like you're going to places that you don't want to go to, you're hanging out with people you don't want to hang out, that's when it's not good. So going with the flow is not bad. It depends on how is your vibration and how you feel about the flow. So it's good to have the ego in balance, right? Like the ego in check, some people say. Not overdoing it, not underdoing it. Just being strong with our convictions, with our values, with our actions, with our words, holding ourselves to those standards, and then showing up in the world that way. Now they're going to the feet. So they're doing both feet. It's kind of like the ankles. And what they're showing me is like in India, they wear these anklets, like a decorative pieces. And men wear something also, also for dancing, like with bells and everything. So they are like kind of showing me that in the feet. And I'm going to ask them what it means. And they're just saying it's decorative pieces, but what it means is like taking the steps, right? Like knowing this, being more aware of the steps. So if you have an anklet with bells, when you take steps, you will hear the movements, right? Like you'll know where you're stepping, and other people will be aware. So kind of like mentally being aware of the steps you are taking and seeing if the steps you are taking is taking you closer to what you want, either if it's peace or clarity, a good living, like a happy family. The steps that that you're taking, is it taking you closer to that or further away from that? Or kind of is drifting in no direction. So you kind of are not moving forward or backwards. You're just staying neutral. They just want you to be aware of that, because we can say nothing is happening, but if we are not taking the steps, if we are not aware of the steps we are taking, then nothing is going to happen. So they just want you to take steps. And when you take a step, and taking a step is an expression, right? It could be making a decision, it could be saying something, it could be promising something. Those are steps. Is taking an option, and maybe you have two options and taking one option. Those are steps that you take in life. And what they're saying is like to be aware of them, like to be more conscious about them. You don't have to stress about them, but they want you to be conscious and kind of see if it's taking you closer or moving you further away from your goals. And your goals might be different from mine. So your own goals. So let's take a deep breath to anchor that. Mm. And just take a few deep breaths just to come back to the present, to start feeling your body. And as you do that, we are going to thank each of our divine teams of the people present here live or in the recording for being here, for being so clear, for hopefully giving you clarity, guidance, peace, for loving you and being present for you. And I'm going to thank yourself for being here, for taking out the time to listen to this recording or to listen live, for trusting me with your energy, for trusting me to guide you through this meditation. And I hope I can see you again and again in these calls. And just take a moment to thank yourself for putting yourself as a priority and taking this time out for yourself. And take a deep breath in and start feeling your body. You can move your body a bit if you want to. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And for those in the recording, I'm going to thank you for being here and listening. Join me for the next week. We'll do it every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you need the link, message me. Or you can catch the recordings in YouTube. And I'm going to stop the recording. And those who are in the call, you can stay longer if you want to share anything. Or if you are ready to go, you can go. And I just want to thank you for being here.